You know, if you go back in time,
Yeah.
is there anything that you would change?
You have 20, your life feels like, as you look back on it, every path, there is no straight path. I don't think anyone's ever done that. It's all a bunch of circuitous, like left turns, and you just end up at the place you're actually supposed to be. So, and everything's a lesson, and there's a lot of interesting lessons, a lot of really hard lessons. I think one thing we were talking about earlier is, for our generation, failure was much less of an option. I mean, I remember like looking at some of the startups that I've been working with, and I said, oh, you're gonna go build that app, so I'll talk to you in what, 3 or 4 weeks? They're like, no, it's gonna be the weekend. And I'm like, what? You know, like it took me a lot of the speed. So if you're failing, you're just really not failing, you're actually iterating. It's a totally different mindset. So, but I would say, like Sophia, because I've been on the track a few more times, I am where I'm supposed to be. And so everything happened.
Okay. And you talked about your first pitch did not go well. So
We spent 1.5 years working on it.
Shocking. Maybe because you couldn't pronounce it.
The cost. I liked Sophia. I liked your answer. I don't think I would mess with too much because I don't want to tempt fate. The one thing that I don't think would have a huge impact though, I was a history and a business major in undergrad, and I just naturally assumed I was going to be a lawyer when I graduated. So I spent 2 years, my first 2 years, obsessing over my GPA. And I don't think I was the pressure cooker exactly, but I definitely over-optimized my GPA. So if I would do anything differently, and this is what I tell college students, I actually went back to my old high school, got kicked out, but I went back to my old high school and spoke, and I told them all, I was like, dude, do not obsess over your GPA. I mean, unless maybe you need some track with like, doctors should still go to medical school, but unless your career path really, really requires it, optimize for like experiences, optimize for learning stuff, optimizing for meeting amazing people who challenge you, and then just do cool stuff. So that's probably the biggest thing I would do. Hopefully we wouldn't screw up this situation here.
well, and I think that's right. And the data, the research that we did relative to Generation Z, showed us that people value experience sometimes more than education. To ask,
That's
ask a
all we look for.
17-year-old to figure out what they want to be for the rest of their life is kind of a really daunting position. It doesn't sound like any one of us could have said, this is where I would be, that you're where you are now when you're 17.
No, I mean, it's so funny. So the whole education thing, which is going to be huge for Gen Z. So I went to Wesleyan University, and Michael Roth, the president, has a book called In Defense of a Liberal Arts Education. And so that's the big fight right now, right? Are we all going to become trade schools online, or are we going to have liberal arts education? And even though my American Studies major absolutely ill-prepared me in some ways, theoretically, for running a tech startups, but it's really the way it teaches you how to think and question and be flexible, especially when you're continually pivoting or things are working and not working. So it's going to be very interesting to see Gen Z and what education happens. And when you talk about the $1 trillion debt, that you mentioned, well, that's not working, but then are we all going to become a trade school? And then what's the thinking process going to be about? Where's the creativity that you see in like liberal arts and these more flexible type education platforms? So it'll be interesting.